Hello and welcome to the Audio Dad Chronicles. I'm Shale, and today we are going to continue our journey into symphonic metal, this time with Epica, Unleashed. So I really enjoy symphonic metal, but I acknowledge that I do not know a whole lot of it beyond the very obvious ones like Nightwish. And even then, only some of the earlier music. I kind of took a diversion and stopped listening to music of that genre early on, and I'm really digging getting back into it. We've now reacted to both Catalyst, Crime, and Nightwish on this channel, and I think it's time we get into the world of Epica. Don't know them. I have heard their name. They've come up many times. I know their singer is Simone Simons, and that's about the extent of it. And I believe they're Dutch. That's about it. Okay, we're caught up to speed. That's all I know. So we are going to do a deconstruction on this because I know that symphonic metal means that Simone Simons is going to have great pipes. So we've got to deconstruct that. So what we'll be doing is the usual. We're going to do our first reaction. This is a first ever listen to Epica. And then after this, there will be the links in the comments down below in the bookmark section, where you can speed up and skip ahead to the deconstruction, where we will do isolated stems on the various instrumentation, synths, strings, guitars, bass, whatever it is we're getting, and of course the vocals. So that'll be at the end of this, but in the meantime, let's jump straight into Unleashed. I'm in already. Quick little pause there. It is as advertised. It is symphonic metal, and I'm going to take the assumption, I'm not sure if all these band members are still in the band or not. I believe this video is a couple of years old now. Doesn't matter how old, it's older. But what I do know is that we're seeing keyboards doing the symphonic side of things, which is a very common thing to do live, obviously, but live. I feel like this is a band that I really should be capturing live, which is exactly why I picked a studio version. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start. I just knew I needed to hit Epica up. So I'm doing that, and here we are. This is the song I went with, but what I really want to know is, what should I have done? I intentionally avoided live because I didn't want to pick the wrong one. I want you all to help me out. Give me a suggestion in the comments. Let's go for live. Could be newer, could be older. What is the standout track for Epica that I have to hear? Tell me, would you? I need to know. Believe the hype. She's great. I'm sure I'm not even getting a sense of it. Great drumming. Loving this guy. He's good. Really driving the song. Those lyrics are giving me goosebumps. Not to say I relate to the story per se, or we've all been through relationship troubles, but can definitely identify with that freedom, that catharsis of letting something go, whatever that something might be. A toxic relationship, a bad employer, family members that are problematic, whatever it is. Be free, let it go. There's they say life is short. Well, it is. So make the most of what you've got. Free yourself from these bad environments. Let's back this up a little touch here and see where this leads. So I am assuming, at least at this point, that she's the primary, if not sole vocalist with them. I don't hear a whole lot of backing vocals. I say that as there's a chant in the background. Be quiet, listen, I guess is my lesson. Is there a live version with a symphony, like a real symphony? I think we need to hear that. Like I say, give me suggestions. We're gonna get a solo? It's building to something. Love the strings on the synth. Great drums again. Love that roll. Loving the harmony she's built around her own voice. Just beautiful. Operatic. Quick little pause. Not surprised at all, of course. One of the things I dare say I would call an expectation of symphonic metal, especially if you've got a female front person like this, is the operatic aspect. It's not just the clean singing and the beauty in her voice, which is beautiful, my goodness, and the high notes and the falsetto, but there's almost got to be that opera in there, and I'm really excited to hear that peppered in throughout this song. There are hints of it in the background vocals, kind of shifted off to the sides, but we're seeing a little bit more of it very prominent in this verse here. I want to hear that again. Let's back up. Key change, taking it up. Big, big ending. Love that crescendo where it is built and up and up and up and up and very cinematic, very symphonic, ticking every box and then maybe adding a few more on the bottom of the list. That was phenomenal. And I cannot wait to deconstruct this in a few moments, tear it all apart, and listen to some of that gorgeous music. The symphonic, the guitars were just killer, nice and chugging. The vocals, of course, my goodness. Stick around after the break. I'll be right back and we'll set things up for the isolated deconstruction. Hang tight. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, we're going to get right into this after a few little delays on my part. Bear with me. It's been an afternoon and I need a little more of the magic bean juice. All technical matters should be resolved now and we should be ready to continue. So let's go. As per usual, we've got our deconstruction all set up on the side here. Vocals, guitar, bass, drums, other, which will be synthesizers, strings, and things like that, and piano, which will probably be more the clean piano moments. Excuse me. So we are going to get right into this. I like having a few moments early on to take a preview of the guitar, bass, keyboard, synths, and all that before we spend most of our time delving into the vocals. But I know at the beginning it's very open notes, so we'll get to that in a few seconds here. So we're going to get straight into the vocals, and then we will cue up some guitar, bass, drums, synthesizers, and all that in a little bit once their parts pick up, because I know they're just kind of doing some big ringing open notes early on. So we'll kick it off with looking at Simone Simons and her vocals. Here we go. Can't even guess how many layers of vocals she's stacking there, but it sounds amazing. I think this would be a great section to take apart the rest of the band before we move on and probably mostly forget about them, to be perfectly transparent. These deconstructions have a tendency to be very vocal heavy. That's kind of why we're all here, to really appreciate and hear just the rawness that is going on. But before we completely abandon the rest of this killer band, let's give them a moment to shine. All right. So we got our guitars. We'll back it up really quickly here to see how the bass sounds. Just big, thick, and meaty. Holding down the big, fat, low end, giving lots of room for the keyboards and the lower notes in that. Here, a little bit of his pick attack. Very cool. Quite often with a band with this much orchestration and two guitars and synths and keyboards and strings and layered vocals, the mixing of it is very surgical almost, where they're pulling out a lot of extraneous frequencies in the different instruments to allow the other stuff to cut through. So I think a lot of the bass has most of the higher end removed from it to let it really just kind of occupy that low section and give room for the string section and the guitars and all that. And then, of course, we got our drums. Great tasteful use of the kick drum, double kick drum. Of course, we can't forget the synthesizers. We're going to kind of lump the piano and synth sections all together on this. Very cool orchestration.
My thoughts were unclouded and safe.
Like
There
those little
was no
stabs of
black
extra vocals.
staining
Never
the
noticed that the first time
walls
around.
of my memories. Now there's a haze pushing me sideways and leaving me nothing to gain, taking me back, looking me cold in disparity. Where was I meant to be? I
That
feel
falsetto,
lost in
beautiful.
a dream, long for the day I can be myself when I'm free. When my sun has set, release myself forever. I'll have no regret to be free. I'll exist again. No more lost endeavors, nothing to contend when I'm free. Collecting lines, all that defines me is falling away far behind. Nothing to keep me with the tide. They're here and now. Where am I meant to be? I feel lost in a dream, yearning again only to be myself when I'm free. When my sun has set, release myself forever.
Just beautiful
I'll
voice.
have no regret to be free. I'll exist again. No more lost endeavors, nothing to contend when I'm free.
There's that chant. I really dug this part. I thought this was very cool.
Time is just a concept and always the first thing to fade.
It's almost singing around.
Years are cruel that break us, bringing on decay and despair. Awareness of perception, something we can never repair.
I feel like we need to hear that part just on its own. Needed the band there for just a little bit, but sometimes we still got to back it up and go, whoa. We got to back that up again. As much as I want to bring in that band and have that whoa moment when everybody kicks in again, sometimes there's just such a whoa going on the vocals that we need to appreciate that again on its own. So let's do that really quickly here, all right? Here we go. Love the chanting choir like in the background. Very cool. Love the operaticness in the background. just amazing. I never listened to opera, but I have such a massive respect and appreciation for the amount of talent it takes to do this. There it is. We are all free, for we have been unleashed, and we have unleashed the isolated vocals, the amazingness that is Simone Simons. Thanks a lot for coming along on the ride on this one. Peace, love, and empathy to all. Good night.